Hello everybody, I'm Gil Butler, the Primal Chef, coming to you today with another recipe from the biOptimizer's Primal Paleo cookbook. Today we're going to be doing one of our desserts, and it is called a gooey butter cake. Originally from St. Louis, this is usually known as one of the most unhealthy desserts, full of low quality butter and a ton of sugar. However, today I'm going to show you how to make a version that tastes very, very good and is also gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, all of it. So you might wonder how we can make a dairy-free butter cake. And it's true, I didn't think it was possible, but when I was recipe testing this, I made one version with grass-fed butter, which is a good option that you can use. And I also tried one with a vegan butter product that had really good ingredients. I was absolutely sure that the real butter one would taste better, but for some reason, beyond my understanding, I actually like the dairy-free one better. Something about the nuttiness of the vegan butter just makes it taste even more interesting. So here's what we're gonna do. You need a large mixing bowl, and the first ingredient in the traditional gooey butter cake, it always calls for a box of yellow cake mix. And cake mixes kind of got a bad name for themselves because back in the day, they used to all just be terrible quality. But if you're trying to make something paleo and keto, as you might know, it's pretty difficult to get the consistency right, and it can be pretty tricky. But now they have box mixes, they've nailed the formula, there's no bad ingredients in there, and there's no reason not to use it to make it easier on yourself. So, keeping to the traditional recipe, we're going to add a box of cake mix. However, you would want to use a paleo or keto one like this one. All right, so dump in your cake mix. Then we're gonna add in 2 whole eggs. A teaspoon of vanilla. And a ½ cup of melted vegan butter, or again, you can use grass-fed butter. I just really like the results of this one. Mix it up. All right. Then you're gonna put it into a 9x13 baking sheet. Spread it out thin. All right, so now we're gonna make the next layer, and this can be done in the same bowl. It's gonna be put right on top. It's all gonna be baked together. So what we're gonna add is 2 cups of powdered monk fruit, another ½ cup of vegan or grass-fed butter, 2 more eggs, about 7 to 8 ounces of dairy-free cream cheese. And the only difference between 7 and 8 is certain companies sell them in 7, certain in 8, but it's all close enough. And then another teaspoon of vanilla. And you just got to mix that one together as well. All right, and then it is just going to go right on top of this other one. Mix it out evenly. See, the bottom layer was kind of a dry batter. This is a very wet batter. So with any luck, they will cook together and form a perfect combination. All right, so this has to go into the oven, 350 degrees. It might take up to 45 minutes just because it's dual layer, the top's so runny. So you just gotta keep checking on it. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to check on it after a ½ hour. Definitely check on it at 45 minutes. Just see how it's doing. You want it to be set so it's not jiggly and it comes out clean when you cut through it. And then while it's in the oven, we gotta work on our topping. It's gonna be a strawberry sauce. So how to do that while this is in the oven. All right, so the sauce is very simple. We're just making a strawberry reduction essentially. So we have a pan and we're just putting in a pound of fresh strawberries and we're just gonna let it cook down in its own juice essentially. So it's slow to get started If it's starting to burn, it usually won't. You can add just a couple splashes of water just to help the heat transfer start, but just keep an eye on it, and these will turn kind of down into a syrup, and it will be great once it's chilled. You can spoon it on top of the butter cake, and since it is such a rich cake, the strawberries really cut through and complement it well. So we're just gonna let this go while our cake's in the oven, and we'll come see when everything's done. All right, so we had our butter cake in the oven, cooled it off, and we're gonna give it a taste. We got our strawberry sauce that's gonna go right on top. And let's see how gooey this butter cake is. So I'm gonna, for display purposes, I'm cutting from the middle. If you like a crusty part, obviously you should probably start from the edges. Look at that. Got this flaky butter on top and the layers of cake. Strawberry sauce on top. All right, let's see how it is. Wow. It's so rich. And remember, this was dairy-free butter, but it's still so buttery, and it made it a little bit nuttier. And then you have the strawberry sauce on top. Oh man, I could get used to that. Speechless. Anyway, find this recipe and many more in the biOptimizer's Primal Paleo Cookbook. I'm Gil Butler, the Primal Chef. You can find me online at theprimalchef.com or on Instagram, _Primal Chef. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.